It happened on a Saturday night. The lights were soft, the table crowded with wine glasses and fake laughter. My wife's mother had organized everything, her baby girl's 35th. I was standing at the end of the table, half a step outside the circle, like a misplaced piece of furniture. Then she did it. She raised her glass and smiled, that polished social smile that never reached her eyes. "This is my son-in-law," she said, voice sweet as syrup. "Still between jobs, but he tries, bless his heart. My daughter's been so patient with him. Not every woman could stay married to an unemployed man." The laughter came, polite, sharp, gutting. I felt each chuckle like a knife turned just so. And then she introduced me to her boss, a tall man with steel gray hair and an expression that read, "Predator dressed as professional." He looked at me, then at her. "You're fired," he said. The table froze. Her smile cracked before the meaning did. And that's when I knew. She hadn't realized the game had already been set. I used to think family was supposed to mean protection. When I married Claire, her mother was charming, the kind who hugged too long and asked questions designed to wound. I ignored it. I was in love. Claire loved me too. At least, she did once. Back then, I worked in data analysis. Long hours. Quiet victories. Her mother never approved. "You should be doing something visible," she'd say. "Men should shine." I didn't shine. I built things. Systems, algorithms, invisible architectures that held empires together. But when my company downsized, I was out. That's when the whispers started. Her mother's voice in Claire's ear. "He's losing his drive. You could do better. Don't let his failure become your cage." I saw it happen slowly, the way Claire began checking her phone during dinner, the way her laughter turned brittle. By the time I realized how deep her mother's claws ran, it was too late. Or it should have been. The discovery came one night when I found her mother's emails on Claire's laptop. She hadn't even tried to hide them. Thread after thread, filled with gossip and cruelty. "He's not ambitious. He's embarrassing you. I'll introduce you to someone better." But what caught my eye wasn't the insults. It was the name attached to the email header. Douglas Kemp, her boss. CEO of the firm that held the contract my old company had once serviced. The same contract that went under because someone had leaked proprietary data. I knew the format. I recognized the strings of code. They were mine. Someone had used my own algorithms, twisted, altered, to destroy my department and position Kemp's company to profit. And it didn't take long to trace it back to her. My mother-in-law. She'd stolen my code, forwarded it through her corporate account. Probably thought no one would ever notice. So I didn't confront her. I documented her. It took me 6 months. Every login timestamp, every unauthorized transfer, every private message. I built a quiet little web of evidence, clean, precise, untraceable. And through a proxy firm, I sent it all to Douglas Kemp. His reply came the same day, a single sentence, "I'll handle it." That was 2 weeks before my wife's birthday. At the dinner, when Kemp said, "You're fired," her mother's wine glass slipped from her hand. Red spread across the tablecloth like a wound. The room fell into silence so complete it hummed. "What?" she whispered. "Douglas, there must be—" "Enough," he said, cutting her off. "We know what you did." Her eyes darted between us, searching for an ally. Claire stared at me like she was seeing a stranger. And maybe she was. Kemp didn't elaborate. He didn't need to. He stood, nodded once to me, a silent acknowledgement, and walked out. I left soon after, while the whispers began to fill the void he left behind. Claire came home late that night. She didn't speak, just stood at the doorway, mascara smudged, breath uneven. "Did you know?" she asked. I did. Her voice cracked. You used her? I looked at her, the woman who once swore we were a team. She used me first, I said. I just finished what she started. She didn't reply. She just walked past me, into the bedroom, and closed the door. The next morning, I watched the news. Her mother's company had launched an internal investigation. Fraud, data theft, breach of corporate trust. Her name was in the report. Kemp's firm cut all ties. Her reputation, the one she worshipped, crumbled overnight. Claire left a week later. No words, no goodbye. Just a note, I can't live with what you've done. That was fine. I wasn't looking for company. Sometimes I replay that night in my mind. The clink of glasses, the moment before the silence. It's not joy I feel. Not exactly. It's alignment. Like the world finally corrected itself. They thought I was small, that because I didn't shout, I couldn't fight. But silence is a weapon too. You just have to know when to pull the trigger.